Hey folks, it's me coming to you live and in color this very day and my Star Wars The Force Awakens countdown. This Friday the 13th is the day, so I figured that I would put one of the most feared and baddest bounty hunters on the galaxy, Boba Fett. Boba Fett is his name. He is the most feared and most dominant bounty hunter in the galaxy. This cat didn't really have much of a big role in the movie, but the little bit of time that he had made quite the impression on everyone throughout the galaxy. His action figures range in the thousands down to the 50s to the hundreds, and with the Boba Fett prototype that could range from about $17,000 to $30,000. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Boba Fett. What I have before you in my Force Awakens countdown is the 1977 version of Boba Fett. This one is from 1979, and the reason why I said 77 is because around that time they gave an offer on a lot of the 12 backs and Star Wars original action figures. They gave an offer to receive a missile-firing Boba Fett. If you sent in proofs of purchase, you had to cut them out off of your original cards and send them in. You would receive a missile-firing Boba Fett. Right here to the left is a Singapore version of that. He's a missile-firing Boba Fett with the missile-firing chamber, and this is what people were saying they were receiving, which 9 times out of 10 wasn't the case, because I understand that these never really went to your home because they didn't have any color. This is a prototype missile-firing Boba Fett from Singapore. And he has his little rocket here. This one obviously is one that you could pick up from a guy that makes them out in Singapore and is dead on to the original. And the rocket just fires perfectly. He didn't bring a gun. He came in a white mailer like you would get him. But I do remember when I was a child and they said that they never existed, but they did send out an all-colored one, which you could see was also, this guy was also a prototype. Had his missile in the back. As you could tell, you put the missile in his chamber, folks. You turn him around and you fire it. They said that the reason why they canceled them was because children were choking on them. They were swallowing the missile. Parents were complaining. What more do you ask for? You sent away for a missile-firing Boba Fett and screwed over everybody else. I don't get it. Why would you have a young baby or a child playing with something like this where it's just not the missile that you need to worry about? It's about him biting off his head, tearing off an arm, tearing off a leg, swallowing his gun. Either way, you do not want children to be playing with these things. They say ages 4 and up. Sorry, folks, you got to raise your kids right. Don't put small objects in your mouth. Well, I don't mean it that way. Children, just don't put anything in your mouth. For all you pervs out there, don't take that the wrong way. Apologize for that. But anyway, here it is. The one that was corrected and the one that everybody received, his missile was glued in. Wasn't even offered. They sealed the chamber to where he wasn't allowed to shoot it. So this is the one that mostly everybody got. As you could tell, this one's in mint condition, all original. Original gun, everything. And folks, these guys are very hard to find. I know even this guy right here, being the original one that was mass produced, is still in mint condition, going for a lot of money on eBay. And are you going to get an original gun with them? We don't know. It may look original, it may float, but still doesn't mean that it's an original, because reproduction guns have been known to float. Which brings me to the fact that, ladies and gentlemen, there was so much demand for a re-release of this particular item to fire that Kenner Hasbro re-released one with the proof of purchase to experience the whole experience all over again, and for that way you can get one. A mass reproduced version of Boba Fett missile firing. You sent your proofs of purchase in, and you got one. You can tell he looks identical. Very much identical. Not really much of a difference. They re-released them in 2010, I believe. I have an open mind. You can see it brings two different missiles. They brought them out in his original style, his original format, the way that he was supposed to go out. And that's what we got. They put them on an original card. And if you turn it over, this is what it looked like. Damn good job. Sent it in the mailer with his name on it. Folks, if you have one, make sure you keep your mailer. Because to me, I think that's where the money is going to be at. If you have these to resell or invest in one of your children's futures. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you in joining me in this broadcast. I apologize to those that took it the wrong way when I say, you know, children shouldn't be putting things. Well, I'm not even going to go there no more. I shouldn't have ever even have said that. But anyway, you got to watch your children around these things. You got to watch your children around all your toys. Even when they're playing with their toys, you need to watch your children. Because it's hard on a family when you lose a loved one for swallowing a gun or tearing off one of these guys' heads, or, you know, chewing on something, they swallow it and they can't get it back. People, watch your kids. Not saying that you don't, just saying keep a lookout on them, because you just never know. And let's try and erase this problem, for that way it doesn't go on for the safety of the child. And that makes you wonder, this is what happened. They glued the missile back in. And to me, I think that it was a pretty good thing that they did that, because you just never know. To a lot of collectors who are very upset about it, hey, try and score yourself up in an original prototype. See how much it sets you back then. Do what you got to do, my friends. But anyway, keep your head held high. Be proud to be a collector. Be proud to be a fan of Star Wars. And support the Star Wars The Force Awakens coming out December the 18th. Thank you very much. It's me, I to the T to the Z, M-E, and I'm out.